Well, howdy ho, my peeps. My continuing obsession with vegetarian, not vegan, but vegetarian cooking has led me to a recipe that I found here on YouTube by the two guys at the Happy Pear. If I remember, I will link it below. They make a curried garbanzo or chickpea dish that just looked so wonderful, and you can make it up really fast. I'm not going to show you the cutting of the onion and the garlic and the ginger, but there is one small white onion in there. You can use a yellow one or a red one. I just happen to have a white one. In addition to that, there is a clove of garlic. I normally over garlic everything, but I'm not going to this time. I'm following the recipe. I also have a thumb size, which would be just that much of this garlic. I mean, of this ginger. About that much of ginger, which I have kind of scrubbed and then chopped up fine. I also chopped my garlic, but you can run it through a garlic press if you want. So those things have been sauteing in 2 tablespoons full of olive oil. I am going to put the spices together, show you what the spices are. They're going to go into the pan, and then I'm going to cook it for a little while to release the flavors. So let's get these spices pulled together. All right, there's the spice mix. It consists of a teaspoon of crushed red pepper, a tablespoon of curry powder, a teaspoon of cumin, a teaspoon of ground coriander, another teaspoon of the paprika, and then a scant teaspoon of salt. I should have probably only added a half teaspoon because I like my food a little less salty. It calls for a teaspoon though, so yeah, that's what we have going. So now what we're going to do is we are going to dump these spices into our pan. There we go. And now we're going to cook them on a medium to medium-low heat. The idea is you want to warm these up and release the flavors into the vegetables that are there. So I will just zhuzh those around for a minute or so. Be real careful. You don't want to burn anything at this point. You just want to warm them up real well for, I don't know, a couple of minutes maybe. And then we will move on to the putting in the chicken. Now that the spices have woken up, we're going to add 1 can of Dollar Tree's famous Rotel diced tomatoes with green chilies. They just call for a diced tomato, but I love this stuff, so that's what I'm going to use. I've got a drained can of garbanzo beans or chickpeas, and then we're also going to dump in this can of organic coconut milk. So I'm going to dump all that in and give it a little stir and let you see what it looks like. Okay, tomatoes, chickpeas, and coconut milk. Look at that. Doesn't that look beautiful? I wish we had smell-o-vision. This smells so good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it cook by itself here for a couple of minutes while I prepare the chopped cilantro and the lime, because those are it also requires the fresh chopped cilantro and lime. Okay, so our chickpeas are cooking in their sauce. It smells great. The last thing you want to add before serving this is a little bit of pepper, just kind of pepper to taste. And I have the juice of half a lime in here. I would also put lime zest in, the zest of half a lime, but I don't have something that makes a good zest. I need to buy a zester. And lastly, you've got about 2 ounces of cilantro here. And in that goes and you don't really need to cook this down much. Once you've added these last 3 ingredients, you just need to stir that in, cook it up for a couple of minutes, long enough to wilt that cilantro and release the flavor into the sauce. So there you go. I'm just going to cook that for another couple of minutes, and then we are going to have my son Christopher, if he will do this, and Grant give it a try. Right, now Grant has picked up his little bowl. Go ahead and give it a try. See what you think.
It looks beautiful.
Doesn't it?
Yeah. It tastes wonderful.
Does it really? Because this is my first attempt at like kind of quasi-Indian, Middle East, not Middle Eastern, but East Indian cooking.
Good stuff.
You like?
Yeah.
Chris, what do you think?
Very delicious.
Okay, Chris likes it too. All right, wonderful. Well, I think I'm going to tuck into a bowl of this as well. Talk to you guys later. Bye.